What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the RC News, episode 48. Try to do this every week. This week, a whole bunch of crazy kits came out, so let's check them out. So first up, this is kind of interesting. This company, Fair RC, they take FMS kits and they kind of put their own twist on them. This is the FCX 18, so the 18th scale K10, and they put a whole bunch of little upgrades on it. Like they put beadwalk wheels, some different tires. They paint up the body. They put an interior with a driver, and yeah, that's essentially it. Oh yeah, it's got brass weights in the wheels too. So kind of like a upgraded FMS little crawler. Kind of cool. 209 USD. So I guess Fair RC is like a tuning house for FMS, kind of like Mercedes and Brabus or something. Anyway, I don't know if you guys missed this, but FMS came out with a 1/7 scale fully licensed Ford Bronco. Pretty huge, pretty fun. A Funhaver Nito, $579.99 USD. I don't know, hot take, is FMS trying to give Traxxas a run for their money? Look at that thing go. It's a little interesting. They're not showing us pictures with the body off, but yeah, 150 amp ESC, 65 kilogram servo, and yeah, 580 USD is a really good price. Looks like you can do a member reward program too. And a bit of a conspiracy theory, but I know HPI maybe doesn't have anything to do with FMS, but how did they both come out with the same Bronco, same fully licensed thing? That guy's having fun. That's the driver from the full-size one, so he endorses it. Pretty cool. I don't know. I'm kind of excited. I don't have an FMS car, and this price is pretty tempting. We'll see what the reviews say, but pretty cool. And also in the 1/7 scale world, Relarlo came out with a new Evo, so that's kind of cool. Big rally car. Go check it out. I don't have very good pictures of it, but yeah, they've been teasing us with this a little bit here and there. Evos are sweet, especially that one. Check out this sweet little height gauge from Injora, 20 to 35 millimeters, so anything 1/10 and 1/8 scale. Pretty nice design too. Look at that, clicky click click. Pretty cool. $9 though, that's why I'm showing you. $9 for a height gauge. This is kind of random, but RC 4-wheel drive came out with spring-loaded hinges for the K10 and the Blazer. Little scale hinges for the hood. That is pretty rad. Wonder if they'd fit on anything else. Possibly. But I figured I'd show you guys because who's done this before? It's pretty cool. Okay, so I think this is a pretty good car to showcase. It's the new Vibe TC 4-wheel drive kit from Schumacher. And the reason I'm showing you this is because it's roughly $300 USD. And it's really hard to find competitive touring cars that are entry level for right around that price range. There's very few. So this is pretty awesome. It's got alloy shock bodies. It looks like it's using a lot of G10 and carbon in terms of the chassis and shock towers, but man, Schumacher did a great job on this thing. I'm so interested in it. The Rookie Sport 1.0 is another one you could take a look at. We got that later on in the news because there's been some updates, but yeah, just going to showcase a couple entry level touring cars because pretty hard to get into that form of racing without breaking the bank, to be honest. So it's pretty awesome of them to offer something like this and allow people to get into touring car racing a lot easier. So good on you, Schumacher. This is pretty rad. Now jumping over to the other end of the pricing scale, it looks like Infiniti came out with their new IF14 touring car Speciale. Pretty nice. Looks like Bruno and the team have been refining this, and yeah, premium touring car from Infiniti. Looks to be about $750 US dollars, about 1,000 Canadian. Pretty nice. It's tough to tell the differences between a lot of these. You really got to drive them and set them up to see the little nuance and setup. But yeah, pretty nice car coming from Infiniti, and it's going to be interesting watching how Bruno kind of runs this, and in 8 scale as well. They're kind of making some noise, so pretty cool. Infiniti's an interesting company to watch. Check out this rear axle housing for the UDR, Traxxas UDR from Triel. It's pretty nice. Pretty nice machining on it. Comes in orange, blue, black, and clear. Pretty nice axle, but it's 188 USD. I guess if you own a UDR, 188 for rear axles, not that much. I don't know. Do you blow up rear axles on a UDR? I want one so bad. The scale appearance of those things is so rad. I keep looking at the Facebook trophy truck page and oh my God, it's so nice. But yeah, what do you think of this? 188 USD for a Triel rear axle. ProMotion came out with a 2.2 version of their Talon tire, pretty popular tire, and now it's made in a smaller version for buggies. Pretty nice, just like a pin tire with pretty decent foam insert, it looks like. Interesting. I like showcasing different tire companies. You know, there's the big dogs, and then there's the other guys coming up. Well, what do we have here? This is pretty interesting. The RC10 DR Dakar Edition. Okay, I'm going to be factual. It's not an RC10. It looks like the two-wheel drive stadium truck with a Dakar body on top. The RC10 name is, yes, a very good marketing team name, but this is not an RC10. So I'm just being factual. I'm not making fun of anything, people. I'm just talking about stuff on the screen. This looks like the two-wheel drive stadium truck. It looks pretty nice. It comes with nice electronics. $349 USD, so pretty good price. I don't know, if you're looking for a basher, pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty neat. I don't know about the body though. It's got a Dakar style body. What do you guys think of this? I guess it's the RC10 name that I'm a little interested in. I know the marketing team's having a heyday with it, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Be on the lookout for this servo. It's kind of interesting from Power HD. So they've just released a new servo called the B8 RS. And what they're doing here is they're making a price point, cheaper price point, but higher end internal servo. So it looks like it's got a plastic body. Looks like it has the steel and alloy gears, the fast speed, everything you get from the higher end servos like the S15, but in a cheaper price. So yeah, I like showcasing servos that can save you money and keep you racing. So be on the lookout for this. I'm not sure about street pricing, but it looks pretty cool. So it looks like over at Yokomo, they released the Rookie Sport 1.0 a while back. I own one. They're great touring cars. Then they came out with the Rookie Sport 2.0, and that was interesting, like plastic chassis, way different than the 1.0. But then now they're releasing this, which is the short shock version of the Rookie Sport 1.0. So it has alloy bodies and the carbon fiber shock towers with shorter shocks on it. It's just kind of interesting that they came out with the 2.0 and then went back to the 1.0 and kind of updated it a little bit. Kind of tells me like they feel like the 1.0 is better for racing, and I would agree. Also, I want to show you here, you can buy the short shock kit for $88 to convert your current RS 1.0 into the new version. So there's that. So it looks like they're supporting the 1.0 a little more. I'm not sure what's going on, but the 1.0 is good. Check out the new Vantage 2.0 from FTX, a 110 scale four-wheel drive buggy. And hear me out on this. This is why I'm showing this. It is €145. That's roughly 170 USD and about 230 Canadian. So if you wanted to get into 10 scale racing and you weren't sure about it, you could do this and it wouldn't cost you very much. You could try one season of novice and see how it goes. Pick yourself up some batteries and a charger. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's never ending parts availability from this. On their website, everything is in stock in terms of parts. So that's pretty crazy. You can even upgrade it a little bit with some carbon shock towers, kind of make it look a little more race ready. So pretty interesting, kind of like an underdog. Maybe, I'm thinking of grabbing one and getting back into four-wheel drive. I've got a Techno buggy, but hey, it'd be fun to kind of see how well you could do with this. Check out all the parts. There's some carbon shock towers. You can get all the shock parts for it, the seals, everything. So pretty cool and pretty cheap. Kind of interesting. I'm very curious about it. Look at that, arms, everything. You can get everything for it. So interesting. If you're thinking of getting into 10 scale racing and you're kind of scared away of the pricing of stuff, this thing might be okay. It might be okay for one season of novice, and then you move on to something a little better, like a Schumacher or a Associated or a Losi or whatever. So look at that. All the screws, everything's in stock. So yeah, FTX, Vantage 2.0. They had the 1.0, but the 2.0's got some updates on it. I forgot to mention that. But that's that. Pretty cool buggy for super cheap. Check out this new sweet body from Montech, a 110 scale Citroen C3. Pretty nice design, nice graphics to it. I don't know if it comes with the Red Bull, but the grille looks really nice. And yeah, depends on how you paint it up. It could look really sweet. I just think the stance and the styling of it's really good. You don't see a lot of Citroens out there. So yeah, Citroen C3 available now from Montech. All right, RC homies, that's it for RC News episode 48. Here we are on a ferry in the Pacific Ocean at sunset. Always take the boat at sunset. It's beautiful. Anyway, what do you think of that weird Dakar RC10? I don't know. That 1/7 scale FMS though, that's pretty crazy. I can't wait to see the chassis. Will they give the UDR a run for its money? So far it doesn't look like. But anyway, peace everyone.